lot of formalities we have in India, a lot of waste of time. You go to any other foreign conference, welcome is there just for 2 minutes. Even vote of thanks is 1 minute. I think it is high time, at least in industrial circles, we follow this now. You are the leaders, you can lead in this also. For a success, time is very essential, and time management is an important aspect of industrial management. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಭಾಳ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಗಾರಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಯಕದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ತೊಡಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಈ ಥರ ಸೇರಿಸುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ನಮ್ಮ ಲಘು ಭಾರತಿ ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಶ್ಲಾಘನೀಯ ಕೆಲಸ. ಉದ್ಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗಿದವ್ರನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಸೇರಿಸಿದಾಗ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂಥ ಯೋಚನೆಗಳು, ಅದರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಿದ್ಧಪಡಿಸೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಲಘು ಭಾರತಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಅ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ and it has given representation to the people who seldom get the representation and recognition. So I compliment Laghu Bharati Udyoga and his President Krishna for doing a wonderful job. ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಸಭೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿರುವಂಥ ಕೇಂದ್ರದ ಸಚಿವರು, ರಾಜ್ಯವನ್ನು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸಮರ್ಥವಾಗಿ ನಿಭಾಯಿಸ್ತಿರುವಂಥ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲೈಜೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಖಾತೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಕೋಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೈನ್ಸಿನ ಸಚಿವರು, ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಅಫೇರ್ಸ್ ಸಚಿವರು, ಆತ್ಮೀಯರಾದಂಥ ಶ್ರೀ ಪ್ರಹ್ಲಾದ್ ಜೋಶಿಯವರೇ, ಸ್ವಂತ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಪತಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಲೀಡ್ ಬೈ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅಂತಾರಲ್ಲ ಆ ಥರ ತಾವು ಕಳೆದ 20 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲೈಜೇಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಳ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಪಾತ್ರವನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಿ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದಂಥ ಪ್ರಗತಿಯನ್ನು ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿ he is one of the top industrialists in the state and the country. ಅವರೇ ಇವತ್ತು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಯೋಗ. ಅಮೇರಿಕದಿಂದ ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಬಂದಿರುವಂಥ ನನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಸಹೋದರಂಥ ಮುರುಗೇಶ್ ನಿರಾಣಿಯವರೇ, ಈ ಭಾಗವನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಸುವಂಥ, ಈ ಭಾಗದ ಸಮಗ್ರ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಬದ್ಧ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರುವಂಥ ಶಾಸಕ ಮಿತ್ರರು, ಬಿಡಿ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷ SR ವಿಶ್ವನಾಥ್ ಅವರೇ, ಹಾಗೂ ಸಚಿನ್ ಸಬ್ನೀಸ್ ಅವರೇ, ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಅವರೇ ಮತ್ತು ಅರುಣ್ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರ ಅವರೇ, ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇತರ ಗಣ್ಯರು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆರೆದಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೈಗಾರಿಕಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳೇ, ವಿವಿಧ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷ ಪದಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳೇ, ಬಂಧು ಮಿತ್ರರೇ, ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಒಂದು ದೇಶ ಮುನ್ನಡಿಬೇಕಾದರೆ ತನ್ನ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆಗಳನ್ನು ತಾನೇ ಪೂರೈಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯ ದೇಶಕ್ಕಿರಬೇಕು. ಸ್ವಾವಲಂಬನೆಯ ದೇಶ, ಸ್ವಾಭಿಮಾನದ ದೇಶ. ಯಾವ ದೇಶ ಸ್ವಾವಲಂಬನೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಸ್ವಾಭಿಮಾನಿ ಇರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಭಾರತವು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ ಆಹಾರವನ್ನು ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಬಂದಾಗ ಕೇವಲ 33 ಕೋಟಿ ಜನಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಆಹಾರ ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರೈತನ ಶ್ರಮ, ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳ ಪರಿಶ್ರಮ, 130 ಕೋಟಿಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಜನಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಆಹಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಸ್ವಾವಲಂಬನೆಯಾಗಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಅದೊಂದು ಸ್ವಾಭಿಮಾನ ದೇಶ ಆಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಹೊರಹೊಮ್ಮುತ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಯಕರಾದಂಥ, ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದಂಥ, ದೂರದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಇರುವಂಥ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀ ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿಜಿಯವರು 2ನೇ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಅವರು ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಭಾಳ ಮಹತ್ವವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಮೇಕ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಸ್ಲೋಗನ್ನಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕ ಹಾಗೆ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ರೂಪಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಮೇಕ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಪೂರಕವಾಗಿ ಮುದ್ರಾ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸಣ್ಣ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈನರ್ಸ್ಗೆ, ಲಘು ಉದ್ಯೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಆಗಲು ಮುದ್ರಾ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ MSMEಗಳಿಗೆ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಒತ್ತನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಆತ್ಮನಿರ್ಭರ್ ಭಾರತ್ ಅಂತ ಜೋಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆತ್ಮನಿರ್ಭರ್ ಭಾರತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಸಫಿಷಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಭಾರತ್. ಅದನ್ನು ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬೃಹತ್ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಸಣ್ಣ ಉದ್ಯಮಗಳ ನಡುವೆ ಒಂದು ಸಂಬಂಧವನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸಿ, ಬೃಹತ್ ಉದ್ಯಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಬೇಕು ಇದೇ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ತಯಾರಾಗಬೇಕು, ವಿದೇಶದಿಂದ ಯಾವುದೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ರಫ್ತಾಗಿ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಮಹತ್ವಾಕಾಂಕ್ಷೆಯ ಯೋಜನೆಯನ್ನು ಆತ್ಮನಿರ್ಭರ್ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಜೋಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್. ಒಂದು ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ 90% ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ರೇನ್ ಕೋಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದರ್ soldiers' daily use materials were brought from different other countries. ಅದೊಂದು ಕಾಲ ಆಯಿತು. ಕಾಫಿನ್, ಸೋಲ್ಜರ್ಸ್ ತೀರಿ ಹೋದರೆ ಕಾಫಿನೂ ಕೂಡ ವಿದೇಶದಿಂದ ತರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಆ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕೇವಲ 7 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿಯವರ ಆಡಳಿತದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. 60% of our defense requirement is manufactured in India by Indians. ಇದು ಬಹಳ ಸುಲಭದ ಮಾತಲ್ಲ. ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ಸೆವರಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಸ್. ಇಟ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಸ್ ಎ ಹ್ಯೂಜ್ R&D, a very solid R&D, and the manufacture system and the testing system undergoes many tests. ಅಂಥದನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರು ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ 60% ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಸಫಿಷಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ 90% ವೆರಿ ಸೂನ್. ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ equipments to the other third world countries. From importing defense country, we have become an exporting defense country. This is the change. This is a change, starts from a thinking, vision, implementation, and on ground it's happening. What this proves? ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆ what it shows? It shows that India has got that kind of potential. It has to be explored. It has to be harnessed. And it has to be supported. That talent is there. That energy is there. We have to really come out with such a policies that that talent has got able recognition and it is put to use in day-to-day life. ಅಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಇವತ್ತು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. We are in an era of change. What I want to tell you, all the industrial friends, is that whoever has established industries, whoever is trying to expand his industries, he has got a very big opportunity to be a part of the change of the country. And the curve of change is on the upward trend. Changes can happen in lower trend and upward trend. But with the able leadership of Narendra Modi ji, the trend is, the curve of the growth is on the upward trend. And we are very lucky to be in such a time where the curve is upward trend. Make best use of it. If you are making the best use of this change in the development, your growth will not bring addition to your manufacture capacities. If you are smart enough, you can't just multiply. If you are really smart, the growth can be exponential. I think I have said and you have understood it. The growth is exponential. The growth is infinite. Come, take the best of the opportunity and prove yourself and prove that India is strong. This is what our Honorable Prime Minister wants. He believes that the strength of the country is in the strength of the people. The strength of the country is in strength of the people, strength of the skill of the people, strength of the technology of the country. And the strength is our own demographic strength, our population. There was a time when population was a curse. But the advent of our Prime Minister, he converted the narration, which was supposed to be a liability, which was supposed to be a curse, he converted it into a strength and asset. He said demographic dividends. He was the first Prime Minister to say that demographic dividends, and 46% of this country has got youths as a population. So he said the strength and energy of youth should be harnessed through skill development. Once the skill is there, when the energy is there, then things are bound to happen, and they will happen. So, lot of thinking has been gone to bring it to this level. Right from raw materials, which are essential for the country's growth, right from the fuels, which are very essential for the country's growth. We are bringing big change. The coal, the fossil fuels, where there has to be a sustainable mining and usage. Our Honorable Minister Prahlad Joshi has brought in a new policy where maximum utilization of our coal mines is done very scientifically, efficiently. The transportation of that coal has to be done once again efficiently. The logistics has to be perfect. There should be no loss of time. All these are an integrated part of our national vision of growth. And it is under able hands of Prahlad Joshi ji, where I have seen him working almost 15 to 20 hours. In spite of being parliamentary minister, he has not lost his sight on the development of our mines, coals, and his close interaction with the power sector. So he knows that every day what is the power consumption, how much is imported, how much coal is imported, the requirement of the powers, how it should be met, and his interaction with not only power sector, his interaction with the states. He'll be able, a lot of times he'll be sending us messages, he'll be guiding us that in next month there will be a shortage of coal production, so we need to import. Then he says that now since production is there, you need not import. This thing was not, it was missing in the earlier times. The communication was missing. A stitch in time will save a nine. A right kind of combination at the right time can save the planning of a state, the production of the state. So there are lot of things in between. What is seen is just a product of all these plannings. And nation is also looking for a renewable energy. A huge change will come in the renewable energy in next 5 to 10 years, I'm telling you. Mark my words. The conventional power generation, the conventional power fuels, the usage will be very little in future. The renewable energy comes through solar, wind, bio, and now we are going to have hydrogen fuels very soon. Government of Karnataka has signed more than 1,30,000 crores MOU for production of renewable energy in next 5 to 10 years. There will be production of hydrogen fuels, there will be production of solar, there will be production of biofuels, ethanol. Karnataka is the highest ethanol production because we have got highest number of sugar factories. And the largest ethanol producer is sitting as a Minister of Industries here, Murugesh Nirani. So lead by example, that's what I said. It is not only saving the fuel, it's a saving the environment. Next, we are going to produce ammonia from the seawater. Nobody had imagined this. Ammonia is a very essential part of agriculture, of industry, of all services. So India will be one of the first to produce ammonia from the seawater after Gulf. Therefore, Karnataka is a state which looks forward. Karnataka will take such a steps where other states will follow later. So you are in Karnataka, you are blessed to be in Karnataka, and you have contributed to the growth of Karnataka, and my government recognizes this. We recognize your hard work. We recognize your entrepreneurship. We recognize your capital investment. We recognize your R&D. And that's why we have got policies which are 100% industrial friendly. Ease of doing business is there. ABC policy is there. You put affidavit, then after 2 years you get all the sanctions. Then we have got PLI. Karnataka is the first state to give PLI to semiconductors, to FMCGs. And in my budget, I have given enough scope for industrial growth in next 5 years. We are going to have industrial town all along the Chennai-Bombay corridor. We will have industrial growth in Tumkur, Chitradurga, Davangere, Haveri, Dharwad and Belgaum. Plus, we will have industrial parks in Gulbarga, Yadgir, Mysore, and all this renewable energy is going to come at the seashores. So there is an all-round development of the industries all around the state. And some niche areas, technological areas, they come near Bangalore. We have got the best of manufacturing, the best of electronics in and around Bangalore. And as far as R&D is concerned, I'm really proud to say that 400 internationally recognized niche essential R&D are there in Bangalore and around Bangalore. No other city, forget in this nation, no other city in the world can boost up 400 niche R&D centers. That is the activity is going on. That is in our ecosystem. We should try to know. And out of 500 fortune companies, 400 fortune companies are in Bangalore. So we are in such an ecosystem where international people comes in thousands of numbers, participate and take a lead in the changes. That's why we have brought in R&D policy. Karnataka is the first state to bring R&D policy. We will give incentives for any R&D work, right from a garage to the institutions, to the universities, to the niche R&D centers. We recognize the R&D at all level. There has to be synergy between pure science to the applied science to manufacturing, manufacturing to the consumable. The science has to be used by a common man, then the value of the science goes up. Our science in a lab has got X value, but if it is used by a common man, it becomes X into N. That is the level of importance of applied science. And that's what we have put our efforts in R&D policy. And we have got in semiconductor policy, defense policy, EV policy, you name it, we have. Plus, we have brought in policy for employment. The more employment you people give, the more incentive you give, other than the capital incentives. Your capital incentives will be there at their place. But if you employ more people, my boys in the state, if they're employed, I'll give more incentive to such industries. Come on, make use of all this. And Lagu Udyog Bharati will be a guiding force, a converging force between government policies, and all the Lagu Udyogs and Udyogs and bring them kind of a syringery among them, bring them on one platform and see that the growth happens. Ultimately, growth is very important. As in the nature, there is a growth with the human beings. We grow every day, every moment we are growing in some form or the other. We are growing by age, we are growing by maturity, we are growing by experience, we grow by learning. Every day there is something. Similarly, a state has to grow every moment. Growth is an essential component of life. Without growth, there is no life. So you have to grow, be it your industry or be it your personality. You have to grow. Growth is a mantra, and Karnataka is the best place to grow. And the contribution of MSMEs and Lagu Udyogs is immense. Without much support, sheer their entrepreneurial urge, that energy, entrepreneurial energy is driving them. And I recognize that, being one of you, I know that how difficult it is to start an industry. I started in 1986, and I didn't get a KSSIDC shed. I struggled for 6 months. Then I went for a private shed. Then to get electricity, I took 6 months to get electricity of 30 HP, not a big one. So I know the woes of you people how it goes through. Now things have changed a lot. It is going to still change, and everything will be online. And see that your ease of doing business is perfect, so that our vision of growth will be really successful. And lastly, I want to say that ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಸೇರಿ ಒಕ್ಕಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಈ ನಾಡನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟೋಣ, ನಾವು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಿಂದ ನಾವು ಭಾರತ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಟುಗೆದರ್ with all the vigor and commitment, and we'll build new Karnataka to become new Bharat. That is what our Prime Minister said, $5 trillion. So I want my Karnataka by 2025 should grow to $1 trillion and contribute to that $5 trillion. That is our aim. That is our aim, that is our vision. And let there be some fruitful discussions throughout the day towards that. And whatever the recommendations you give, government will take it very, very seriously and try to implement them very soon for your benefit and the state benefit. And our industry minister will be there to hear to you, and then he will add on. And yes, just now come from US. He had gone for a global investor meet, investment. 2nd November is a global investor meet. Everybody should come, join, make it successful, invest and create. That's what our whole idea is. Create wealth, create science, create such a things where human development will be the focus. Thank you very much.